Welcome, guys. Happy Monday. Welcome to another great money talk this morning. And as you can see, it's a beautiful day to be learning about some money. All right. So I'm super excited to be your host today. If you don't know who I am, and you know, if this is your first time, well, my name is Keon Corner, also known as Mr. Finance. And today we're here to talk about how to keep winning the money game, right? We're gonna have a money talk. So just to give you a rundown of what this week we have to cover, right? So this week, this week we're going to be talking about understanding financial solutions, right? Right. So let me give you a rundown. Today we're going to talk about insurance, part one, and tomorrow we're going to talk about insurance, part two, and Wednesday we're going to be talking about annuities, and then Thursday we're going to talk about retirement planning. And Friday, we're going to talk about different steps to learn more about finance, right? Fantastic four steps. So, in order for us to learn more about finance and understand more in the products, because this is the thing that many of us wanted to learn more about products, right? What are the products like? What are the solutions like? What are the different kind of life insurance? And the thing that about life insurance, guys, is that you gotta understand first thing first. How do you go about buying and owning life insurance? That's the first thing you gotta think about. How do I own life insurance? What must I know? What must I do? What must I understand before I go ahead and say, hey, I want this amount of insurance. I want that amount of insurance. You gotta know, first thing first, how much insurance you need, right? And why you need to own life insurance. So the first thing we got to talk about is what person should want to own life insurance. What make you look and say, I want to own life insurance? And you got to know why, right? You got to know why. So this thing talking about the dime method, right? You got to know the dime method, especially when it comes to owning life insurance, and I'll tell you why. If you don't know your dime, then you may literally either have too little insurance. There's no such thing as having too much, right? It's better to have a lot than to have not enough, right? Like I said, it's better to have a lot than not enough. But at the same time, how do you know if you have a lot and not enough? It is called the dime method. Now, what is the dime method? If you're wondering, what is the dime method? So the dime method is pretty much the exact words that you hear. DIME, dime method. And the dime method is used to calculate how much debt do you have. That's what the D stands for, is debt. The I stands for to calculate what is your income. The M stands for the mortgage, the balance on your mortgage, right? And then the E also stands for educational planning for your children or your grandkids. Dime method. So if you spend some time to learn your dime method, then this dime method will tell you how much coverage you need. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you had $50,000 in debt, right? Let's say that you make an income of, um, let's say, 36,000, right? You bring home net pay $3,000 a month, okay? And then you times that by three. That it by 12, right? And that puts you at 36,000 for the year. Now, if you make 36,000 a year, or you take home $36,000 a year, then you gotta times that by 10. You gotta times that by 10. Why do I say by 10? It's because you want to make sure that you have 10 times your annual income save up to the side right? Save up to the side if God forbid something happens to you. So sometimes your annual net income coming in is put to the side inside of that dime. So that'd be $360,000 of income replacement that would be needed. And then let's say you have a balance of the mortgage of say 200,000, right? You have a balance of the mortgage for 200,000. And let's say that you have three kids, right? Or maybe let's say one kid. Let's keep it simple. You have one child, and this one child, 4 year tuition, probably run him say, I don't know, say 80,000 for a 4 year college, right? 20 years for each class for each year, right? 4 times 20, 80,000, right? So right there, you add up all of that, right? You're gonna add that 360 plus the $50,000 in debt. Right there, you have 410. The balance of the mortgage 410. Now you're at 610 because the balance of the mortgage was 200,000. So now you're at 610, right? And then you have an 80,000 at 610. So that's what? 690. So that means you would need $690,000 in life insurance protection if you have $50,000 in debt, $360,000 in income replacement, $200,000 on the balance of the mortgage, and $80,000 educational planning for the one child. So this is how you do it, guys. This is exactly how you do it. This is exactly what you must do in order to make sure that you know you have the right amount of coverage for your plan. You see, having life insurance is not, it's not just, oh, I got life insurance, I'm good. No, no, no. It's a matter of, do you have enough? Do you have enough? And do you have the right one? All right. So these are some of the things that we're going to be talking about for the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. Because if we don't realize that we may not have enough, then how can we win the money game? How can we win the money game? So once you figure out your die method, now it comes down to knowing, well, do I qualify? Right? So what are some of the things you're going to go through to know if you qualify for life insurance? You got to go through a physical. They're going to run a background check. Right? So they're going to do a physical. They're going to run a background check. The underwriter will determine if you're qualified based upon your background check that they run, and also based upon the physical that you have done. They will determine what rate class you are. So there's different rate class, and the different rate class determines your cost of insurance, your COI. All right. So if you're in a preferred elite, like that's the top of the top. If you're at a preferred elite risk class, then your cost of insurance will be much lower, right? But if you're like in say a non-tobacco rate, then the cost of insurance will be more, meaning that most of the premium that you're paying on a monthly basis will go mostly to the cost of insurance depending on your rate class. So your rate class determines how much you pay, at least towards the cost of insurance. Okay? And that's why it's important to know that it's good to get this thing when you're young, but it doesn't exempt you when you get older not to either. It's just that if you knew about this when you're younger, you could have got a better rate class and you could have got a better lower cost of insurance and have more money to go elsewhere. That's why we tell you when you're young, get a lot of it. Get a lot of it when you're young. So that way, when you get older, you don't have to worry about your rate class being extremely high and you're paying too much for the cost of insurance, right? So that's the reason why it is so important to really, truly take advantage of something called youth. Take advantage of it. But like I said, not because you're not younger anymore, those determine that you should not do the same thing. No, you should still do it because you may be still in good health, and maybe you're still even in the preferred rate class, right? You may be still in the preferred rate class. But the good thing about life insurance is that they have even table ratings, guys. They say that you're not even on non-tobacco. They may have table ratings. You may be a table A, B, a C, a D, a E. They have table ratings. Some companies go all the way down to M, right? They table rate you. So even if you're in the worst shape ever, they still give you a table rating. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? That is so awesome that you can still get a table rating, right? So this is what makes, you know, this whole life insurance thing so incredible that you still can even get coverage even if you have a bad rating, right? Or even if you feel that you're sick. That's why I tell people, don't disqualify yourself. Okay, I want you to do this. Do not disqualify yourself and say, "Oh no, I've been through this. I am uninsurable." No, that's not true. The only way you know if you're uninsurable is if you tried every company. And the reason why you haven't tried every company is because you only get approached by them one by one. But if you work with someone like myself and people that's in our campaign, we represent over 70 plus financial companies in the industry. We have access to hundreds of different products, and we have access to, like I said, over 70 plus companies. So we could try multiple companies until we find one that says yes. Now, if all of them said no, if all of them said no, then you could say, you know what? I've tried 50 plus companies and they all said no. I am definitely uninsurable. And even at that point, there's still probably one more company out there that could take you. It's just a matter of shopping around. So don't be discouraged because you get denied one time. You never tried many other companies. You have to try them. You have to go out there and try, right? Because you know the importance of owning life insurance because you want to make sure that you cover all your debt, your income replacement, your balance on your mortgage, and educational planning for your children. So don't be discouraged if one deny you. Next, right? Keep nexting, keep fighting, keep trying. Don't be discouraged, okay? It's part of the process. Remember, life is a process. It's a process. So don't be discouraged to the process. It's not going to be perfect. Don't chase perfection. All right? Chase progress. So once you do all of that, you got to then say, all right, cool. What kind of insurance should I apply for? And what insurance is determined for me to apply for? And how do you determine that this insurance is best for me? It all comes down to the dime method. Like if you need high coverage, right? If you need high coverage, but you don't have a lot of money to get those high coverage, then you may need a term. You may need a term, right? But what if you say, you know what, Kieran, I have a little flexibility in my budget. I can afford a little bit more. I could save a little bit more than where I originally was. Then you may need something more permanent, right? You may need something more permanent. So if you don't have a lot of money, but you need high coverage because you have debt, income replacement, balancing your mortgage, educational planning, but you don't have a lot of money to save the right of money, then you may need a term. For now, at least. Because did you know some of these terms, they're very flexible where they allow you to even convert them. Like you have a 5-year window where you could convert that term into a permanent policy. And some of them don't even require you to even have a medical done. You can convert it, right? And how awesome is that? You can literally convert it. Some of them may require medical to be done, some don't. And even some term come with living benefits, right? Living benefits that come as far as like you have chronic critical riders that is added on to them. So if you become critically ill or chronically and terminally ill, guess what? You have coverage, right? It covers that too. How cool is that? So that's why I tell you there's all kind of life insurance. You see, when you're owning life insurance, guys, it all comes down to two things. Write this down. Two things. It comes down to, is it suitable and is it affordable? Is it suitable and is it affordable? These are the two things that come down to. Is this that you're trying to give me, is it suitable for me and is it affordable for me? And the only way someone could know is something suitable and affordable is if they did their dime method and they teach you your budgeting formula. That's the only way. So if they didn't do those two things for you, how would they know if it's suitable and affordable for you? How would they know what you can really afford if they never did a budgeting formula with you? That's why we got to be very, you know, careful. We got to make sure that we're looking at people's budget. We got to see that they can afford to save that. I don't care if it's $20 a month, right? Because if not, the very same thing that is there to help them will be the very same thing that burdened them. And when hard times come, they get rid of it. We don't want families to do that. Because you don't know what life may bring them when they want it again. They may not be able to requalify again. That's the very reason why we got to make sure that we learn. And we got to continue learning, right? We got to continue learning. So tomorrow, not only am I going to break down the different kind of life insurance, right? Tomorrow we're going to break down the different kind of life insurance that's out there. But I'm also going to talk about some of the tax perks that come with the different life insurance that we own. Right? What are the different life insurance perks? What are the perks? What Uncle Sam gives you when you own the right life insurance? Because Uncle Sam give you a lot of great perks when you own life insurance. A lot of great perks, a lot of cool things that you get for being a life insurance agent. But more importantly, as a consumer, owning it, owning life insurance, there's a lot of perks, tax perks that you get. And we're going to talk about those perks tomorrow. Like literally, you're going to write down PERCS, perks. We're going to talk about the perks tomorrow of owning life insurance because it is so important for you to learn these things. So that way you could see the value, the true value in such an amazing thing. It is truly an amazing product if you really understand it. Okay? So let's keep doing amazing things. And let's keep changing the world. And let's keep doing incredible things. So just as a reminder, like I said, tomorrow and this week, we're talking about understanding financial solutions. And tomorrow we're going to pick up on part two, right? Tomorrow we're going to pick up on part two of insurance. All right. And we're going to cover that. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to cover all kind of insurance. I mean, we're going to be talking about, let me give you a rundown of some of the insurance that we're going to cover tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to talk about term. We're going to talk about whole life. We're going to talk about universal life. We're going to talk about index universal life. We're going to talk about VULs. We're going to talk about final expense insurance, right? We're going to talk about accidental, how that works. So this is a wide variety of topics we're going to cover tomorrow. So that way you guys have better understanding of these kind of insurances, right? So if you love to learn more, you can also come to our workshops, right? If you'd like to get added on our workshop calendar, please reach out to the person I invite you to today and say, how do I get added on the workshop calendar, right? And we'll add your email to the calendar so that way you can register and get full access to our workshops. So we have workshops every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right? And we have the calendar on our website that tell you when the classes are, what subject are they covering, and you literally have access to that. So if you don't know why we do what we do, well, it's because of our 30 by 30 financial literacy campaign where financial education isn't an option. It's a necessity, guys. That's why World System Builders committed to educating and empowering 30 million families by the year 2030. And some of the ways that we are contributing, because, we made a commitment. Me and my business partners and educators and trainers, we made a commitment and said that, out of that 30 million that our company wants to accomplish, we want to contribute 2 million within the next 10 years. 2 million out of that 30 we want to contribute to the campaign. So we're on a mission to educate 2 million people out of that 30. And the way that we're doing that is by inviting families to our financial literacy classes. This is where families can come and learn the 4 steps to financial freedom. And we'll give you an introduction to some of the things that you're going to learn in our workshops, so that way you can see the importance of learning these things. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 10 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we show you exactly how we do that. And you start learning how to create a financial foundation and using a wealth formula. We give you a goal with a plan. That's what we give you guys, a goal with a plan. So that way you know how to go after your goals and dreams. If you want to learn how you can become an educator and a campaigner with us, you want to learn about our campaign, you want to learn about the opportunity, right? You're looking for something to do, you're looking for a part-time opportunity, we can share with you how you can do that. And this is where we invite you to come to our campaigners orientation, intro class. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 12 p.m. Me and my fiance and many of my other business partners and educators, we go over that with you. And we talk to you about the opportunity to be an educator. And we'll see if we can help you qualify. So as you know, Extension Expo, I've been running that. Yesterday was an amazing class. I would definitely tell you guys that if you still want to get the information, I'm sharing some stuff that I've never shared before in this Extension Expo. It was an amazing class yesterday, and today I have another one. Today is the last day of extension. If you want to have access to this class, let me know. I can hook you up, right? And like I said, the class is at 6 p.m. to 7:30. All right. So we do the classes and we do a Q&A towards the end as well. Right. You don't want to miss it, man. This is some really good stuff that I'm sharing at this event. It's my second year there and it's teaching a lot of things. So check it out. Go to extensionexpo.com. So tomorrow, like I said, we'll be back again to talk more and go over that and break some stuff. So remember that you are one decision away from changing the future for the better. So always remember the choice is yours.